From WPTV, this is News Channel 5, first at 4:30. Local coverage you can count on.
Tornado warnings through parts of the Treasure Coast while you were sleeping, with some damage reported. The News Channel 5 storm team continues with more live coverage.
Also during the night, a local deputy opens fire while on duty. We're live at the scene.
Plus, the newest foreclosure numbers that continue to give Florida a financial black eye. You're waking up to what's brand new today, Thursday, May 17th, 2012.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a soggy start for your Thursday. I'm John Favoli.
And loud for some.
Yeah.
I'm Roxanne Stein. Good morning. And some of you may have been watching when Storm Team meteorologist Glenn Glazer was on the air at about 3 this morning when tornado warnings were up for part of the Treasure Coast. And we do have a few reports of damage. News Channel 5's Christina Mora is on her way to one of those damaged locations. It's located just north of Indiantown.
But first, let's get to Glenn, who has more on the storms and what's ahead for the rest of the day. Glenn, it's a rough start for many.
Yeah, it certainly was. And this activity started around 1:40 this morning. The National Weather Service in Melbourne issued the tornado warning for this storm. Watch here as it moves off of Lake Okeechobee and travels through Martin County. This was not a severe thunderstorm, but it had the rotation for tornadic activity, and so the National Weather Service issued 2 tornado warnings. The first one, as it first came off the lake right here in the first few frames, and you'll see the red cone pop up right there, and the second one as it got closer to Port Salerno and over toward the eastern parts of Martin County. Now I'm going to step off screen for a moment because I need to manipulate the Viper a little bit, show you exactly what we were looking at this morning. But here you see I moved the Viper back to about 1:45 this morning, 1:30 to 1:45. And you'll see the initial issuing of that tornado warning here as this storm moved off of Lake Okeechobee. Now I'm going to freeze the Viper right here, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can show you why the National Weather Service issued that tornado warning. What we're watching here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer. This is State Highway 76 right here, and watching these few frames, notice right here this little wrap around. See how it looks a little bit like a hook right here? This is what the National Weather Service was looking at and when they issued the tornado warning. This area right here along State Highway 76, and as this storm progressed, this little wrap around here is an indication that the storm is starting to wrap around itself, and that's why the possibility of a tornado was in this storm, and that's why the National Weather Service issued that warning. So right in here, as the storm was moving to the northeast, and the National Weather Service said, you know what, this is a dangerous storm right here. Even though it's not a severe thunderstorm by meeting the parameters of 60-mile-per-hour winds or quarter-size hail, it still had a tornado signature. Now, that died down, and the National Weather Service allowed that tornado warning to expire. However, as the storm advanced over to the east, once again, they began to see some rotation in the clouds here and issued a second tornado warning as the storm moved just north of Jupiter Farms, south of Florida Club here. But here is the direction the storm was heading, this direction here, up towards Lost Lake, Gomez, Hobe Sound, possibly up toward Palm City here. So this whole area in the cone right there. And the National Weather Service was very concerned that another tornado, even a weak tornado, could develop in this area, and that's why the second tornado warning was issued very early this morning. We went on the air wall to wall to make sure everyone was protected. We urged people to take cover here. The storm moved quickly at about 30 miles per hour to the northeast. Now, we sent our own Christina Mora out this morning. She's searching pretty much in the dark for some of the damage that was reported. And Christina, are you on the phone with us right now?
I am, yeah, Glenn, hi there.
What do you see? What are you seeing out there so far?
As evidence to what you said, if anyone's getting on the roads, be very careful. It is pretty dangerous out there. The roads may very well still be wet, as we experienced, and obviously it's very dark. So we were sent to find some of the damage on Alapata Road near Indiantown, and we're still looking. We did hear from the Martin County Sheriff's Office that there was some damage in the roadway. We haven't found it. It's a possibility that has already been cleaned up, but you can tell that there's some evidence from the trees and just from the landscaping that some heavy winds did hit this area. So that's what we're on the hunt for this morning, just looking for any damage, possible tornado damage or just strong storm damage. So again, if you are getting on the roads right now, do be very careful because we experienced it is pretty dangerous out there.
That's a very dark part of the area, not well lit, not a lot of homes out in that area, but certainly some homes and some folks in some very serious danger as this storm possibly spawned a tornado earlier this morning. Now, the National Weather Service will go out and check that out. And, of course, we're going to focus on our team coverage all morning. We still have quite a few showers and thunderstorms. Let me bring you up to speed here on Viper and put it into motion. This is what's going on right now. And if you look down to the south, you'll certainly see that we have quite a few showers and thunderstorms easing up into Palm Beach County. Now, Florida doesn't have a lot of these massive tornadoes that you see in the Midwest or the Central Plains or the Texas Panhandle, but we have a lot of smaller tornadoes, EF0s, EF1s. Those are some of the lower wind speed tornadoes, but they still do quite a bit of damage, and they can be spawned by non-severe thunderstorms. So we're watching everything very carefully through the morning here. We'll bring you up to speed, and of course we'll go back, and as daylight breaks here by about 6:30 this morning, Christina will have a better view of what happened out there near Indiantown, and possibly we might get some pictures from some folks around the Port Salerno area and maybe get some pictures of possible wind damage there as well. But for now, we do have quite a bit of rainfall in the area this morning, so be careful. Roads are pretty slick. Keely and I will keep you up to speed on where the roads are the wettest, but it's pretty dangerous driving this morning. So that's a quick look at what's happening with your weather. We'll be back in a few minutes with an outlook for the day. Let's check in with Keely Fulton.
Well, certainly a lot of rain showing up on Live Viper 5 Max, and here's one of the areas that Glenn just showed us. This is Okeechobee and Tamron Avenue, that intersection right there. As you can see, it is soaked. We will continue to show you some of the other wet roads throughout our area this morning. But taking you out to the map, unfortunately, it looks like those wet roads have caused an accident this morning along the Treasure Coast. Florida Highway Patrol is en route to an accident on I-95 southbound just past Southwest Martin Highway. This is one of the areas that Glenn was just showing us that we had some strong storms overnight, so there could very well be an accident because of the wet roads or debris in the area. At this point, we're not sure, but we'll continue to check with Florida Highway Patrol to figure out exactly why this accident is there. But again, you'll want to use caution in this area until Florida Highway Patrol is out there and able to assess the damage there or assess the accident in that area. That's your Chopper 5 Time Saver Traffic.
And at 4:37, we have more overnight local breaking news. This is something many of you have been Facebooking in, sending messages to me asking what's going on in this area.
A Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputy has been involved in a shooting while he was on duty. News Channel 5's Mike Trim is live at the scene this morning along Okeechobee Boulevard in Loxahatchee. Good morning, Mike.
And good morning to you, John. And quickly, to just keep with the weather theme, it was a very heavy rain headed westbound on Okeechobee Boulevard out here to Loxahatchee. It's died down here, but there was some very heavy rain for you commuters, just to give you a sense of the rain and how serious it is here in Palm Beach County. Now to the scene here. I'm going to step to the side. There are at least still 12 Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office vehicles still here, and I want to draw to your attention to that blue truck. If you can see that, they're putting that onto a tow truck and towing that away because all these deputies here are still gathering evidence, all for this scene that happened last night. Let me take you back to last night and tell you what we know so far. It was just before midnight where a sheriff's deputy from Palm Beach County came across another man here at Okeechobee and A Road near the One Stop Garden Shop. Some kind of encounter happened, and that deputy, according to the sheriff's office, feared for his life, took out his gun, his service gun, and shot that man in the waist area. As of 2:30 this morning, that man was still in surgery at St. Mary's Medical Center. There is an investigation obviously underway, and that's about all we know about this incident right now. As we come back live to the scene, you can see many investigators still here, a very active scene, crime scene taping off the One Stop Garden Shop here in Loxahatchee. That deputy is on paid administrative leave this morning. As we work for more details for you, we will assess the scene here and see and the rain is dying down a little bit for this part of Palm Beach County, just keeping with that weather theme. We'll have much more in our next half hour, but for now we're live in Loxahatchee. I'm Mike Trim for WPTV News Channel 5.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Lauren Lapenzini here at the Live Desk, following several breaking international stories for you right now. In just the past hour, I got word from Afghanistan that suicide bombers have attacked the compound of the governor of a southwestern province. This was a 2-hour-long gun battle that ended with at least 7 people killed and 12 wounded. In neighboring Pakistan, word just in that 2 Pakistani Air Force planes have crashed while on a training mission. All 4 pilot and crew members were killed. Witnesses say the planes collided in midair before crashing to the ground. And finally, to outer space, where the Soyuz spacecraft has docked now with the International Space Station. That happened just after 12:30 this morning. An American astronaut is one of the 3 crew members aboard the Russian spacecraft. That's a quick check of some of the breaking news here at the Live Desk. Back to you, John and Roxanne.
It's now 4:40, and we've got more live coverage coming for you from the Treasure Coast as reports of heavy wind damage continue to come in.
Plus, the latest on John Goodman, who may finally be released from prison on bond today.
You are up to the minute you are up with South Florida's biggest news gathering partnership, News Channel 5, along with the Palm Beach Post and the Palm Beach Daily News. We're coming right back with more local coverage you can count on. Good morning, everybody.